Good day, everyone. I am Ian El Palalios, and on this video, I'm with my partner
Jumaric Jesse Suriza, and today we are going to talk about the two franchise of Spider-Man, which is Tobey Maguire.
and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. Okay, starting with Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. Yes, the cool one, the one who actually looks like he web swings in real life. I mean, out of all Spider-Man versions, Andrew Garfield is the only one who looks like Peter Parker in comics. So, first, I am going to talk about the casts. His movie, his movie, which is the Amazing Spider-Man, directed by Mark Webb, I guess had the best chemistry ever. Andrew and Emma Stone were literally dating in real life while filming. So when you do that thing, of course, their scenes will feel so natural, and it felt natural. Like every time they look at each other, I feel like they're not really acting. They're just being a real couple. So what can you say about your cast, Yamaki?
Tobey's version, it was directed by Sam Raimi, by the way. It had such an iconic cast. Tobey Maguire really make an impression of shy, awkward Peter Parker who just want to do the right thing. Kirsten Dunst as Mary Jane, which is she really did the good job of doing it. Also, William Dafoe, the GOAT, as the Green Goblin, it is one of the most impressive act. The fact that the team didn't even need a CGI because his act alone already show a good villain. And I think that's it for my cast. Now let's move on to plot or the storyline.
Now the plot. So Andrew Spider-Man story is, I guess, the best plot, if not one of the best plot among the three Spider-Man franchise, especially the Amazing Spider-Man 1. It's smooth, you understand the flow of the story very well, it's humorous, and the coolness of Spider-Man is literally present there. There are some emotional moments too, when his parents and his girlfriend died, but still being a hero. If I have the same situation as him, I'm not gonna be a hero. I am gonna be a villain, perhaps super villain like that. So what about the plot of your Spider-Man, Jamarick?
Uh, if you are talking about the story-wise, Tobey Spider-Man is definitely more emotional and inspiring. It's not as flashy as Andros, but it hits differently. I think this version really shows what means of what with great power comes with great responsibility means. Every decision Peter makes comes with a cost. And you can really feel the weight he carries as both Peter Parker and Spider-Man. And that's it for my plot. Now let's move on to the characters.
So characters. Everyone around Andrew actually affects his life. Dr. Connors, Gwen's dad, they are not just extra people. They are like emotional side quests that break your heart. Especially Gwen. When Gwen died, I'm sorry, but that scene destroyed everyone. I swear that scene hurt more than my grades last sem. So, the villains are so good too and well written, especially Lizard and Electro. Their dialogues are good too. Spider-Man always have a humor to them, and he also giving them pep talk to change for the good. So how about your wonderful characters, Jamarick?
I think on the other hand, Toby Spider-Man is definitely more emotional and inspiring. It's not Aunt May always give the best life advice. Harry Osborn goes from best friend to the worst enemy. And even J. Jonah Jameson, that guy, I think he literally bullies Spider-Man for a living. But you can't hate him, I know. Compared to Andrew's emotional chaos with Gwen, I think Toby's story focuses more on responsibility and consequences. And I think that's the essence of Toby's Spider-Man. And I think that's it for my characters. Now let's go to the Spider-Man itself.
Okay, so let's talk about him. Let's talk about Andrew as Spider-Man. Andrew Spider-Man is the most accurate for me. He may be not the most accurate Peter Parker, but man, he is the most accurate Spider-Man I have ever seen. He's funny, sarcastic, he talks during fights, while rage baiting them. He actually jokes while dying and always aura farming. Man, these web swings are incredible. It's art, you know. The choreography is unbelievable too. It's like a gymnastics with a mix of acrobatics, but in web swinging from building to building. All I can say is that he is the peak Spider-Man. He's cool and admirable. Sometimes I think about him doing web swinging when I'm doing exercise. He's the type of Spider-Man who would save you, then make fun of you little after. So, what about your Peter Parker as Spider-Man, Jamarick?
I think what makes Toby's Spider-Man special is how real his power looks or feel. I think unlike Andrew, who made his own web shooters, Toby's web actually come out of his body. Like a literally a spider. Spider. No tech, no gadget, just pure spider power. And it makes his version feel raw and unique. He may not be the funniest or most, what would we say this, stylish, but he's got the most heart of Spider-Man. And I think that's for the Spider-Man. Now let's talk about the cinematography, which is the last topic.
Okay, lastly, cinematography. Do I really need to say this? Boy, oh boy, the color grading is great. You can feel the vibe, especially on the final fight of him against Electro. Chef's kiss. His web swinging scenes and the lighting look so smooth and at the same time looks cool. Like everything you see him, he always have this overwhelming aura. The camera work, impeccable. It makes you want to be Spider-Man too. So, how about your Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man?
Uh,
Cinematography, Jamarick.
I think I will say simple but iconic. The upside down kiss. It was classic. The train fight with Spider-Man 2. Still one of the best superhero scene ever. And the old New York vibes, the emotional shots, it is just feel timeless. It doesn't rely on flash effects. It's all about the storytelling and emotion. And I think they really did a good job about it. And I think that's it for my cinematography. Let's go for the uh overall.
So, I think this is key takeaways. So, to wrap up this video, I'm going to give takeaways. So, overall, Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, I think is the most modern, the most cool, of course, the most funny, and honestly, the most good-looking Spider-Man. His version shows us that Spider-Man is not just a superhero. He's just he is also just a teenager, a joker, maybe a yearner for Gwen, and cooler among them.
I think for me, uh Toby Maguire Spider-Man is the most classic, emotional, and inspiring version. Andrew might be the coolest, but Toby will always be the original. The Spider-Man who made us all believe in heroes. And I think that's it.
Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoy and enter. You have a lesson. That's it. Thank you. Wag din natin isama yun. Oh.